Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting very, very close here this afternoon to one of the favourite events here at Willinga Park to wind out this program for the week. But they call it the State of Origin. I'm not sure it's actually the State of Origin. Sometimes it appears it's every man or woman for themselves. And Glenn, are you getting set down there on ringside? Are you nearly ready?
Yeah, I am actually, Gavin, and very interesting talking to our judges here this afternoon. This event possibly holds as much pride as any, the State of Origin teams draft. But what it does do, there's a slight incentive to be the winner. And the slight incentive I talk about, it's winner take all. And the winning prize is a sweet $15,000. So not a bad prize for a consolation here on last day of competition. So if you're in the winning team, you have a chance to win the $15,000. Sounds quite simple. All you've got to do is be the fastest of our, I think there's about 17 teams here this afternoon. And of course, the first and quickest to complete that course will walk out of Willinga Park this afternoon with possibly a couple of beers and $15,000 in folding stuff. Nice prize, 90 incentive, and I'll guarantee you'll see some of Australia's best camp draft competitors looking for a bit of fuel money for their trip home.
And as we get going through here, we'll get a judge and we'll get you some rules. But generally speaking, we will have 3 competitors on each team. One competitor will bring the livestock from the yard. They'll bring 3 cattle out of the yard. And then they've got to try and navigate their way around a standard camp draft course. Sometimes it gets a little bit wide, it gets a bit fast, and sometimes it just gets very, very messy. So anyway, here very, very shortly we will get under the way. We might be just getting some rules down there as we speak, I'm suggesting.
Hey, Barnesy, can JT ride your horse?
Just while we're getting those rules, and just run through a couple of the teams. I tell you what, first out will be the Nimidabel team. It includes Annette Fitzgerald, Margot Fitzgerald and Pat Cleaver. So that'll be your first team competitor, your first competitive team here this afternoon. Number 2 will be the MTH Syndicate. Includes Matt Moffat, Hugh Miles and Troy Palmer. The third team out will be the Kubar Performance Horse team, led by Roger Grant, Anthony Robinson and Jess Scott. Fourth will be the Toby Roth, Matt French and Dan French. Fifth team will be His Way, Scotty Shea, Phil Collins and Dean Rogers. So that'll be your first 5 teams out this afternoon. And Glenn, do you want to give us a run through on the rules?
Yeah, that's right, Gavin. I have just spoken to Steve Hart, the official judge here down at the camp area. Steve Hart has been kind enough to donate his services for the cause of our judging of this event. Now, it's quite simple. If you're on the left-hand side, you must stay on the left-hand side throughout the course of the competition. If you start off on the right-hand side, you stay on the right-hand side. Time will be taken once the third and final rider completes through the gate. One of the stern reminders that Steve Hart did address is the fact that there'll be no dangerous riding. So competitors be fully aware of that, no dangerous riding. And if you start on the left, you stay on the left. And of course, similar, if you start off on the right-hand side, you must remain on that right-hand side throughout the course of the run. If you've got any questions, Steve Hart, ask him before you enter the camp. But as fully aware, that is the situation. $15,000 to the quickest team. And of course, definitely no dangerous riding. First team, of course, that'll be the Nimidabel team with Annette Fitzgerald, Margot Fitzgerald and Pat Cleaver. Well, there's a little tension building. We'll have the cattle into the camp very shortly. The rain is starting to steadily move in. We've got still a lot of things to do here this weekend. We've got party time not that far off, and Steve Hart just taking up his position.
Want some cattle?
Righto.
Muscle 'em in.
Let him in.
You got a gateman?
Yeah. Who's done Jason? King Ian, Pat.
Into the bell? Yep. You're up. Good. You're number 5. You are. He's right. You better watch this. He's done.
Well, it looks like our gate men have taken up their position, folks. The clock is just about ready. They're just about set to go. Just wait for the judge's call. There'll be no second shots on any of the pegs. The been advised by our judge, Steve Hart. No second shots on any of the pegs. And we are set to go with our first team. This will be the Nimitable team. Annette Fitzgerald, Margot Fitzgerald and Platt Cleaver. Okay, Steve Hart has addressed the teams. We are about to get underway with our first competitors. It is the State of Origin Teams Draft Competition.
Wait up. They got a call. This one. Close.
It would appear we just had a little bit of a breakdown in communication there, Glenn.
Yeah, I think they're going to start once again fresh. We've got one more steer to come back into the camp. We had a little breakdown on communications. We'll get things settled here a bit better.
Right, well, when we get back underway here, this team you're watching is the Nimitable team. Annette Fitzgerald, Margot Fitzgerald, Pat Cleaver. Number 2, please be at the gate. The MTH Syndicate, Troy, Hugh Miles and Matt Moffat. Please be ready.
Okay, they're off on course. Let's see what we can do. Remember, you've got no second opportunities. You stay right. You've got to stay right now. Well, unfortunately, the whips are cracking on that team. Nimitable will go out with no time. Looks like it's going to be the MTH team. MTH, featuring the team of Matty Moffat, Hugh Miles and Troy Palmer. Well, looks like we've got a reasonably educated team of stockmen. Let's hope their form holds up throughout the course of our team's competition. It'll be a real chance to see how these guys work as a team. As individual competitors, they're about as fierce as you could ever imagine. We have got Matt Moffat on the left-hand side. We've got Huey Miles on the right and Troy Palmer. Will he be bringing them out of the camp at this stage? Okay, let's see how the real ringers go. Looks like Huey's got his job cut out. Matty Moffat holding the inside. The line's good. Now Huey's going to have to bend him. He's got more than one to bend. He's got... Boy, there's a lot of orders being given. I tell you what, I think Huey's given Troy more than he's given before. Spinny, Matty. Spinny, Matty. Righto, Huey, your job now to pencil them in. Ride boldly. Never fear the spills, cowboy. Oh, yeah. Talk about work. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly unique to see 3 of Australia's most successful camp draft competitors, and what a run by the MTH team. Man, oh man, MTH, that was Matty Moffat, Hugh Miles, Troy Palmer, and you should have a time up there pretty shortly, Gavin.
We certainly do, Glenn. We've got a 34-second time. 34 seconds they did, and I'll tell you what, Glenn, I'm not sure, but I reckon the next most difficult thing is if they actually get the ribbon there, it'll be the decision on how they split that money up. In on camp, we should have the Cobar Performance horses there, Glenn. Roger Grant, Anthony Robinson, and Jess Scott.
Well, we've got a team of experience now. Roger Grant, he's got that big draft coming up next weekend up there in Tamworth. Anthony Robertson, known as Nugget, and Jess Scott. Okay, let's see what we can do. It is 34 seconds the time to beat, and I tell you what, it'll be... it's going to take a hell of a run to do so, but boy, they've done all right so far. Now, Roger, it's up to you, Roger. You're going to have to ride hard. Look at Roger Grant, turn him back. Boy, oh boy, he's on tune once again. Tell you what, I think he's riding better than Troy Palmer at this stage. He's doing a mighty fine job. Righto, Jess, spin him in there, spin him in. Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No, we had him done.
Well, unfortunately, like they talk about the rules, they've got to go through the peg. So they've got to go through the gate, otherwise there is no time score. So unfortunately, no time score there for the Cobar Performance horses. You have Roth Build is your next competitor. Competitor number 4, Toby Roth, Matt French and Dan French down there with you, Glenn.
Yeah, that's right. We well, it shows that 34 seconds is not unbreakable. They were in at 33, but they had a steer outside the gate. They, of course, brought them in with a no time. So 34 seconds is achievable. That's what we've established thus far. Let's go with Toby Rope, Matty French, Dan French. They're our next team off. Could be a little challenging, but these cattle have been running pretty good. As long as you can bend them back in between that first and second peg, now it's a nice tight gate is what we're looking to do. Righto, we're going to have to bend them in. Oh, I'm not sure. We're going to leave that to Steve Hart. He's the official judge. We'll say no more. Well, once again, it's a no time. It's a no time, unfortunately. They missed the gate once again.
Righto, your next team in is His Way. The His Way syndicate this time. You've got Scotty Shea, Phil Collins and Dean Roger. All with the high vis. All with the high vis vests on out there.
Well, we're going to go with the team His Way. This is team number 5 in the competition. Scotty Shea, Phil Collins, Dean Roger. Well, 34 seconds still looks good, $15,000. But I tell you what, there's a lot of very, very poor stockmen yet to go in this round of the competition. And 15 grand would look pretty good in their truck heading home. Let's see if His Way's an opportunity. Scott Shea, Phil Collins, Dean Rogers. Trying to break that 34-second round set by the MTH team. Boy, oh boy, there's some orders being given. Sounds like your first day at work. Man, they're screaming and yelling. Man, oh man. Look at this. Look at this. Boy, oh boy. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for the guys? That was Scotty Shea, Phil Collins and Dean Rogers.
Once again, they unfortunately just split outside that peg, so that'll be a 0 score for His Way. Number 6, the 6th team now, Elders, Ems Mooney, Luke Morgan, Carl Green and Ben McNaughton. Ben McNaughton is going to lead the team out the centre of the field.
Well, we're going to go with our next team. It's the Elder Ems Mooney teams. Getting set to go with this. Well, we just got one to catch up a little bit. Bring him in, Carl. Carl Green out on the pin. This time it is. Bending him around, bending him around. Righto, it's up to Luke Morgan to try and straighten him up, tighten him in. 34 seconds is the time to beat. It is Luke Morgan, Carl Green, Ben McNaughton, the boys from northern New South Wales. Boy, oh boy, let's back off him, spin him in, Carl, the boy from the Bush. Bushy's on his job. Yes. Well.
Well, we got a time through there, Glenn. We got a 38.73. I tell you what, though, the instructions coming from Mr. Ben McNaughton halfway through around that second peg were very intense. We have our seventh team now, top rail. Top rail, we have Glenn Peacock, Gus Malone and Scott Bandy.
Well, it is some real tough guys. These guys have grown up together, spent a lot of time over the last 20 or 30 years. Travelling the rodeo circus, Scott Bandy, Gus Malone and Glenn Peacock. Well, they're off and running. It's Gus out on the flank trying to turn him, bend him in. Okay, we've done a good job so far. Come on, Glenn Peacock on the big grey horse. Turn him in. Nice and tight. We're going to break that 34-second barrier. Come on, Glenn. Keep spinning him. There we go. We've got him turned up. Righto, Gus, it's up to you to bend him in through that gate. Scotty Bandy will drive him in from behind. Come on, turn him, burn him, burn him. Oh, no. Gus Malone, he's wiped out one of our pegs. I'll see what Steve Hart says on that occasion. Well, unfortunately for Gus, they were just a little wide of luck. They'll have a no time. That was Scott Bandy, Gus Malone and Glenn Peacock. Okay, we're on course with the Jackson's Ranch. That's Sarah Cookson, Tia Beek and Lee Whitehead. Oh, all girls team. Gee, I'd love to see these girls do well in the round of competition. Let's see if they can get it done. Sarah Cookson, Tia Beek and Leah Whitehead. I tell you what, if Sarah Cookson can bend the 34-second barrier, she won't hold back. Come on, Sarah. Boy, oh boy, she's doing a good job. Spin a minute. Oh, we've gone down. Yes, might. Yep. Oh boy, there's plenty of directions being given. Oh, we're just getting a little out of shape now. I tell you what, it's not all over. We got one through the gate. We got two through the gate. We may have just missed it. Hey, big round of applause for our all-girls team, ladies and gentlemen. Sarah Cookson, T. Beek and Lee Whitehead.
Righto, we've got our ninth team. Our ninth team getting ready there. Mostly Hills. Zane Haberman, Rowan Marks and Kerry Turner.
Yeah, well, still that 34-second lead in the competition. Of course, the MTH team, they are sitting on top at this stage. But I tell you what, there's about another 10 or 12 teams that love nothing more to take that 15 grand away from them. We're watching Zane Haberman, Rowan Marks, Kerry Turner. This is the Mostly Hills team. Oh, man. Well, of course, Zane Haberman runs a fantastic draft up there at Mostly Hills. And, well, they've not had no luck in this round of our competition.
Well, your next team there, Glenn, Forsyth. And you might remember a few of these names: Hugh Miles, Matt Moffat and Mark Buttsworth.
Well, I tell you what, they are a good team. Forsyth girl boys, Huey Miles, Matty Moffat, Mark Buttsworth. Of course, Josh Gibson will be giving the instructions from the sideline, I'd imagine. Let's hope that he does. Of course, got some good guns when it comes to this round of the competition. Our Forsyth team underway with our team's competition. Okay, let's see what they can do. Huey Miles represent. Oh, no. Now, we've really got some work on our hands, but the experience is coming to play. Haven't lost a lot of time. We're still well and truly in it. That was good work. Well and truly on pack. Now, Huey's got to try and bend him back around that right-hand peg. Mark Buttsworth, Matty Moffat. Butsy's got three of them under control. Let's hope we can get that bad. Oh, what a great angle. Keep going. We've still got to get one more in. We've got two riders to follow through. Hey, that will be a qualified run for the Forsyth boys. That was Hugh Miles, Matty Moffat and Mark Buttsworth.
Well, I reckon might have made him a little bit nervous at the other end there, but not to be. It's a 36.7 score, 36.7 time score there. So the original team still holding the marbles at this stage. We have now our 11th team, Level Plumbing. Scott Bandy back in another team, Gus Malone and Bernie Smith this time.
Well, whenever you see the names like Scott Bandy, Gus Malone and Bernie Smith in the camp, you know they're going to be pushing all the buttons. It's called the Level Plumbing team. They're team number 11 in our competition. Still that early team out, the 34-second run, is still on top of our competition at this stage. Looks like it's going to be Gus Malone's job to turn them and burn them. Out around that first peg, slowly getting around it. It all is in good control at this point of time. Now we're going to rely on Bernie Smith to do his part. Come on, Bernie. Got to bring that second peg in nice and tight. Ride a little tighter, push harder. And line them up, set them up for Gus to bounce them in. Come on, Gus. Come on, Gus. Turn them. Oh, once again, we're just struggling to get that outside peg lined up. That's unfortunate for Scott Bandy, Gus Malone and Bernie Smith representing the Level Plumbing team.
Righto, we've got our 12th team now. WH Pastoral, all with the shirts, the uniform right to go. Wade McElveen, Harley McElveen and Woodrow Dow.
Well, these are the guys from Manila, north of Tamworth, and first trip down to Willinga, the WH Pastoral Company team. They just had a little breakout. We lost one there at the back. Now we hopefully can regather, regroup, refix. We're watching Wade McElveen, Harley McElveen and Woodrow Dow. Boy, oh boy, it is a real teams competition, this one. Just trying to get them bent. Come on, Haley, your job now to bend them. Well, as luck may have it, let's see what's going to happen. It is getting a little out of shape, a little... Well, it's going to be a no time, unfortunately, for the WH Pastoral Company team.
What about this next team, Glenn? The three generations, Peter Bolton, Archie Bolton and Ken Bolton. We talked about this in the final there before. Here they are all together.
Well, I tell you what, there's certainly, it's a credit to the family. It is, Gavin, to have three generations, and that's what they've named their team this weekend. There's no other three-generation teams in the competition. The Bolton family, and highly respected and regarded in our camp drafting fraternity. Let's see if they can lower the flag. 34 seconds or better to take the lead in this competition. 3 generations. Okay, let's see what we can... Oh, man. Well, it's unfortunate. We've broken the dynasty. It's going to be a no time at team number 13. Peter, Archie and Ken Bolton.
I tell you what, the next team there, Glenn, the 14th team, Kinloch Equine. Andrew Sheridan. Andrew Sheridan is very much a dark horse in this. I'd suggest he's actually taken some of this money home before out of this particular event. Ben Hall and the winner out of that Gold Buckle just a moment ago, Matt Holtz.
Yep, it looks like they're getting set. The Kinloch Equine Group. Matty Holtz, Ben Hall, Andrew Sheridan. Okay, let's see what we can do. Boy, it's been a long time since we've seen a good run in the competition. Let's hope we can do it soon. Kinloch Equine. Well, Ben Hall, he is probably not used to drafting so many British-bred cattle as he's seen here this weekend, but boy, they're not going to hold back. Okay, we're swapping over. Matty Holtz is on his job. Can our Australian Gold Buckle champion do his rights here tonight? Okay, they're heading up towards that gate. Oh, looking good, Ben. You've got the job of lining them up. Let's see if he can break the spirit. 34 seconds. Can he do it? Ben Hall from Julia Creek. Bend them, bend them, bend them. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Listen to this. Oh, I'll let you do it, Gavin. I don't want to break his heart when he hears the time.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe you go back down there to you, Glenn, but 33.39. 33.39.
Yeah.
New current leader.
Well, that's going to set the MH team back on their backsides again. They've got it at this stage, 33.9. Go to the lead. Ben Hall, Matty Holtz, and Andrew Sheridan. They are now our leaders, 33.9.
What about this team, Glenn? The 15th team, Granny and the girls. Sarah Nichols, Karen Gardner and Gay McBurney.
Granny and the girls, Sarah Nichols, Karen Gardner and Gay McBurney. Well, I tell you what, they're doing all right. They've had a little bit of experience when it comes to this event. Nice and steady. I tell you what, she's got them under control, Granny, at this point of time. Sarah Nichols, Karen Gardner and Gay McBurney. Tell you what, I've got to say they're the neatest team thus far. Oh, no. Come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely the crowd favourites. That's Granny and the girls. Sarah Nichols, Karen Gardner and Gay McBurney. Oh, there's been a breach of the rules from our judge, Mr. Stephen Hart. There's been a crossover there somewhere. There will be a no time for Granny and the girls. Yeah, I know. Steve Hart's the judge, not me. I'm only calling the shots. It's fine, it's fine. We'll get ready to go with the MGI team. Matty Holtz, Fiona Holtz and Matthew Moy.
I reckon, Glenn, this is the team. This is the team that's responsible for that Gold Buckle winner in just a moment ago.
Okay, we're going to go with a real strong combination in this event. This is the MGI team, Matty Holtz, Fiona Holtz and Matthew Moy. Well, Matthew Moy's been the proud owner of our winner in the draft here this weekend. Let's see what we can get done. Matty Holtz is already holding down the number one spot with our previous team, the Lincoln Equine Group. Let's bend them back. Okay, we'll see who gives the orders in the Holtz family now. Come on, Fiona. Don't take no cheek from the boss man. Spin them. Spin them tight. Fiona's got them done. Now let's see if Matty can live up to his part of the operation. Turning them in, looking good, doing a fine job. Oh, man. I tell you what, they've done another great job. That's the MGI team, Matty Holtz, Fiona Holtz and Matthew Moy.
A very nice round, 36.41. 36.41 for MGI. You are watching now the 17th team right in the camp. ECM Livestock, Charles Tapp, William Chugg and Tom Barnes.
Okay, you're going to go with the team of Charles Tapp, William Chugg and Tom Barnes. Team number 17, it's the ECM Livestock team. Well, a little pressure, but boy, they're doing a good job. Oh, no. Well, that's taken the ECM team out of the competition. There'll be no time for that group.
Our next team, our second last team here for the evening, will be the Ariat team. Peter Comiskey, Ben Hall and Hugh Miles. A few names there you might recognise once again. This is the second last team here this evening.
Okay, looks like it's Team Ariat that we're going to see represented here next on the competition. This will be Peter Comiskey, Hugh Miles and Ben Hall. Team Ariat, of course, been great supporters. Ariat have in the camp drafting fraternity for a long, long period of time. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I tell you what, it's all about gaining a little bit of work experience here this weekend for Peter Comiskey, Hugh Miles and Ben Hall in Team Ariat. Just didn't go as planned. It will be a no time for that group. Okay, here's the heartbroken team of John, Andrew Turvey and Troy Palmer. Well, Troy Palmer in the camp. Okay, we're set to go with our final team in the competition. This is team number 19, Andrew and John Turvey, Troy Palmer. Righto, they're currently running second in the competition, and the boys at this point of time. Man, oh man, it's going to get out of shape once again. The heartbroken team. Man, oh man. Well, that's why they're heartbroken. Unfortunately, no luck here this weekend. Andrew, John and Troy Palmer in the heartbroken team. Well, that looks like we're going to have a clear-cut winner in this round of the competition. You got the times up there, Gavin, and our winners, no doubt.
We do indeed, Glenn. And once again, like you mentioned, that was the heartbroken team. This one came around and broke a couple of hearts as well. With a 33.39 is the Kinloch team. Matt Holtz, Ben Hall, none other than Mr. Andrew Sheridan. So congratulations there to it was a winner-take-all, $15,000 prize. So congratulations there to Matt Holtz, Ben Hall and Andrew Sheridan.
Well, we're going to have that presentation of the winning team very shortly. There will be a presentation of the winning team. It was a winner-take-all, $15,000 in prize money. Winner-take-all. Our winners in this competition will be presented here shortly. The Kinloch Equine Group, consisting of Matt Holtz, Ben Hall and Andrew Sheridan, will get a nice little $15,000 bonus to